I wait for a pullback to for an entry. And my friend, what if the pullback is a profit booking rather than just a normal pullback? People are trying to book profits and the market is trying to push downwards. So in this situation, I've got something for you that is called the false breakout setup. Okay. The false breakout setup helps you to catch breakouts more properly and take trades. So let me share you the screen and I'll tell you about the false breakout setup.
Okay, fine. So, yes, again, that humble request. Just don't unmute yourself while the recording is on. And whatever your doubts may be, you can put it down in the chat box. And after the class is over, we will have some general doubt clarification session after that, in which you can unmute yourself. So, I'm starting the recording. So, hello guys, this is Gaurav, your analyst advisor and your mentor at Finance Advisory. Today is your fourth class, and today we're going to talk about the false breakout setup. So, first, before knowing what is a false breakout, we need to know what is a breakout. Okay. Suppose any particular stock is having, I'm drawing a horizontal resistance, okay, a resistance at this point, and the stock is not able to cross it. It's going at to these levels and coming back. So this point is acting as resistance for me. Okay. And what is called a breakout? We call a breakout when a candle closes above this level. This candle should have a body. We don't consider wicks for breakout. This is not a breakout. Okay. This is not a breakout. This is a breakout. We never consider wicks for breakouts because, as I said, you wicks form indecision and not breakout. So this is a breakout. A body is above the line or whatever zone you have drawn, and this is a breakout candle. Now, what is a false breakout? Let me tell you what is false breakout. False breakout is, suppose this breakout has happened, and after that the stock reverts from this point. I mean, in the stock actually gave a fake move, triggered some orders above this point, and now the stock started to move downwards. This is a fake breakout or a false breakout, whatever you call it. So how do you avoid these kind of things? I've got a solution for it. Removing everything off the screen, because this is my resistance level and the stock is traveling like this. And finally, I have a breakout out here. Suppose this level was 100. So I will mark the top of my breakout candle. That is 100.25. Suppose it is 100.25. Okay. Suppose this is 100.25. I will mark the top of this candle and I will enter slightly above it. That is maybe 100.50 or 45. And this is how you can avoid false breakout. Any doubts as of now? Anyone who wants to say anything regarding how to select a resistance level. So as I said you, for marking support and resistance level, you need to find wick wicks, and this can act as my good resistance level, and this can act as my good support level. If the breakout candle is big, then also we have to stick to our false breakout setup. This is false. If the breakout candle is a big one, then also we have to stick to our false breakout setup. Bro, please can you repeat it? Repeat false break. Okay. High of wick or body? High of the wick. High of the wick. Okay, I'll repeat it once again. What time frame should we use for intraday to check breakouts? 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute time frame is the ideal time frame in intraday to go for breakouts. Find breakouts in 1, 2, or 3 minute time frame. 15 minutes for breakout is a very big time frame, I will say, because if we stick to our false breakout setup and we wait for the closing of a 15-minute candle, we don't know that if it will close here or its wick is just going to lie above this point. Okay, so better to take entries in intraday in 1, 2 minute and 3 minute time frame, because that shows us precision that what the stock is behaving like. Mostly you will see on breakouts you will see that the volume of your candle increases. That breakout candle is having good volume, mostly on breakout list. So that is actually a confirmation that yes, the breakout has happened. Okay. So let me explain breakout once again. Yeah. Suppose this is my resistance zone at it is at 1000 rupees. Okay, say it is at 1000 rupees. And this is my stock that is moving like this. It is taking resistance at this point and finally gives a breakout. A breakout with a body above this point, a body always. Without body, there cannot be any breakout. Once a body is lying above this point, you're gonna mark the top of this breakout candle. We just told them guys. Okay. So you're gonna mark the top of this breakout candle. Suppose it is at 1001. Suppose it is at 1001 and place our buying order just above it. Say 1001.5. Just slightly higher than the breakout candle, and that is going to be our idle entry. In this point, what is our advantage is that most people try to enter at this point only. When the breakout has happened, they will suppose this is at 1000, they will place their order at 1000.2. And what market does is they make people fool. Okay, it makes people fool, and this is how you can avoid being a fool in the market. Fine. Try to test this false breakout setup for entries rather than waiting for a pullback, because you don't know that if that pullback is going to be a good one or it can even break your resistance and again come down. What if the breakout candle is too big? So Now the question is, what if our breakout candle is too big? So there is a term called, means there is a quote called, always plan your exit before planning your entry. So suppose you are seeing that this is my last demand zone out here. This is my last demand zone. So you have kept your stop loss just below it. That is at 995.5 rupee, 0.5% of stop loss. And suppose this breakout candle is a big one. Suppose this is at 1006. So will you take an entry? You were planning to enter at 1002 and 1003. You were thinking that, yeah, breakout candle stop might be 1002 or 1003, but its stop is at 1006. Of course, the false breakout setup is valid here as well. Just above it, you have to enter. But now look at your stop loss. That's 11 points away, 1.1%. So here, seeing your seeing your stop loss, you have to plan your entry first. Okay, plan your exit before planning your entry. If your stop loss is too big, you won't take an entry because there are many other stocks in front of me. I'm just telling about the false breakout setup. If the breakout candle, this is my breakout candle, will mark the top of it and will enter just above it. This is how the false breakout strategy goes. What if a 2-minute candle closes above the resistance, but a 5-minute candle closes below? You have to stick to your setup. Okay, you have seen that a 2-minute candle has closed above that zone. Now you have to wait for its top to be taken out and you have to take your entry. Which time frame should we prefer, 1 or 3? I take entries in 1-minute time frame. What if we wait for the retest? How to take entry using false breakout setup? For retest, there is no false breakout setup, because yes, breakout has happened. False breakout is made just because you need to enter at the breakout. People try to enter at breakout. People don't have that much patience to wait for uh, a pullback, and even they don't know if the pullback is going to be a good one. Sir, answer, SL should be logical or low of the breakout candle. Just don't unmute yourself, guys. Okay. So SL should be low of the, SL should be the last demand zone that you are finding on chart. Just below it, you will place your SL. I will tell you how to find out good SL and targets. What if we wait for the retest? Okay. What is the best, bro? Wait for pullback or breakout? In intraday, it is breakout always. For pullback, we wait in positionals, not in intraday. Because intraday, we have only 6 hours to trade. And if you wait for a pullback, you don't know when the market is going to strike you hard. That is why you should go with the flow in intraday. Can you repeat the statement of placing order whose breakout candle is big? So always plan your exit before planning your entry. Plan your exit before planning your entry, because stop loss, it's what matters the most. How much you can afford to lose to win that much money is what matters. You won't afford, you always, I hope you will always want to lose less and earn more. 1-minute candle is reliable or not for breakout? Of course it is reliable. I take entries in 1-minute time frame. I personally take my entries. If I find structures in 15 minutes, I take entries in 1 minute. If I find structures in 30 minutes, I take entries in 2 minutes. And if I find structures in 45 minutes, I take entries in 3 minutes. 1 hour, then 5 minutes. But sometime rejection happens. So that is why if the rejection happens, if this rejection happens, that is why the false breakout setup is made. We will enter just above it. After entry, we should watch market in 15-minute time frame. No, you will watch the market in same time frame. Ideally, how long your trade lasts if you take entries on 1 minute. Many a times it has happened that I have closed my trades in 6 minutes, 7 minutes. Many a times it has happened that I take my trades for 3 hours. Many a times it has happened half an hour. Yeah, that is the ideal time because you have 6 hours to trade, so you have to utilize those 6 hours. You mean to say if SL is getting big, we should not enter a trade? No, never. The maximum risk that I will tell you to means I will advise you to put a stop loss is 0.5% to 1.0%, not more than that. Never risk more than 1% on a single trade. How many candles generally takes to hit the target? So candles, I don't count candles. Approximately, if the market is sideways and the stock is responding totally according to my setup, I want to, I don't know how much time it will take, but yeah, if the market is sideways and my stock is perfectly in my setup, it will hit my target in maximum 1 hour. Previous session, you have advised to see 15 5-minute. I have advised to look for structures in 15 minutes, not less than that. To find structures, I have advised you to look in 15 minutes and to take entries 1 minute, 2 minute, and 3 minutes. 15 minutes is the minimum time frame to find structures. You will never find structures in 5 minutes time frame or 10 minutes time frame. Any more queries? What will we always be able to find structure in 15-minute time frame? Yes, of course. Of course. 15 minutes is the minimum time frame. Okay. In intraday, we use 15, 30, and 45-minute time frame for finding structures. 15 minutes is the minimum time frame. Can we use this for swing? Yeah, of course, I use this for swing. Once a breakout happens, of course, yeah, means, sometimes when I get too excited, I take entries. And if I don't get too much excited, I wait for a pullback. And if the pullback is not done, then I will regret. So maximum of the times I will take entries after the breakout candle stop is taken out. Maximum of the times. For swing, 45 minutes is not there in trading you. 45 minutes is there in Zerodha. Target should be according to the risk to reward as well as logical, both. First of all, you need to look at your target in as per your risk to reward. Okay. And secondly, you have to find big rejections on the above side to fix your target just below those rejections. Any more queries, guys? Or should I move to chart just to show you some structures? So we are supposed to take an entry after a body that is formed above the breakout candle. No, I mean, you don't need to wait for the body to form. Okay, once you have got your breakout candle, okay, once your breakout candle is done, now you will place a order just above it, maybe 0.5 points above it, 0.5 points above it, and you don't need for the closure of this candle because this closure of this candle can be at this point also. Okay, so if you have to take your entry here, you will take your entry here only. And does whole numbers is a stock in a stock act as SNR or index? So this is something psychological that not whole number, actually the round figures, that is hundreds, 200s, the multiples of hundreds and 50s, act as psychological resistance in stocks as well as index. That is psychological. Yeah, it does act sometimes. So you mean we are supposed to place a limit order slightly above the breakout candle? Yes, you need to place a limit order or a SLM order or a cover order, whatever you want. You can also do one thing is take entry on market order once you see the breakout, and then place a stop loss order first. And once your target is done, just cancel your stop loss order and get your target. That's also a good practice that many of the mentees have been doing because they don't know how to operate CO order type or SLM order type. I use CO order type, limit plus CO. Done. I mean, can you repeat the order thing again? Yes, so you can place SLM order type. You can place limit plus CO. You can place limit plus normal and then place GTT for you. That's it. That's all you can do. But how the market order then SLM? I didn't say a market order than SLM. Okay. What is GTT? GTT is available in Zerodha in which you can place your trigger prices for stop loss and target. But how market order then SLM? Either SLM, either limit plus CO, or either limit plus normal and then GTT. Sir, can we place limit order for target if you have to enter in CO order? I think that doesn't works. You have to exit from the order that is in your order book. How to use limit and CO? This will be done in separate sessions, or you can just watch some videos on Zerodha for it. Because I will be teaching these things. I mean, not Zerodha actually. You can see these things on YouTube, just how to use different order types. There are so many order types, and different brokers have different order types. So you can use those order types. Will the order types? No, I'm not teaching order types. You can just watch videos on YouTube for order types because different brokers have different order types, and I'll teach through Zerodha, and some of you are Upstock users, some use Alice Blue, Angel Broking. So that is something that I will not be teaching. In Zerodha, do you use Trading View or IQ Chat? I use both because I have two accounts in Zerodha. One I have opened means in front of me. One is opened in IQ Chat, and one is Trading View. Though Trading View is more reliable. So should I move to charts now? Just to show you few. How do you pick stocks for intraday? How is investing.com? Good. Investing.com is good. So yeah, I'll move to charts just to show you few structures. I mean, of course, market has been just hold on. Yes, of course. I'll be teaching you stock selection. Don't worry, I'll be teaching you stock selection. Is this setup number one? No, this isn't setup number one, but still it is a setup. You can call it setup number zero.
does order execution differs from web and mobile application? No, no, I haven't experienced this ever. Okay, so I'll move to chart now just to see if I have got any figures out there or not. I'll be showing a few selective figures, and after that, when the recording is off, I will show you more. First, now let's stick to yes. So this is a weekly time frame. I said you will find structures in all time frame, and this is, I hope you know, this is a bullish flag in weekly time frame. Okay, let's move to intraday time frame, 15 minutes, and let's see if we can find out any. So recently I had seen, yes, this this is what we had caught recently. This is a rising channel, and as I said you, a rising channel gives a downside breakout, so we had a fall. What more I can show you? This is some kind of a double top, a double bottom, some kind of, not actually a double bottom, but yeah, some kind of a double bottom. This is a horizontal channel, upside breakout. Then this is where we have a rising wedge kind of structure, or a rising channel also you can call it, ascending channel, downside breakout, and again we have a double top out here, neckline, and a breakout, and then you can see the move. So this is just a single stock that I'm showing you, Reliance. This is one of the favorite stocks of people in recent times. That is why I've got one more stock for you, that is Dr. Reddy, that I had analyzed recently. You can see out here, this is double bottom, double bottom out here, Dr. Reddy. This is some kind of a double top. See this? The breakout of which market moved downwards. This is again, this is bear flag. I have a pole. This is my pole. You can see it quite clearly. And one thing you must be noticing, I don't know if you're noticing or not, but let me tell you this thing. I don't miss out wicks. I connect only wicks to wicks. And I don't cut many wicks. But the thing in some patterns are only caught after completing it, like double bottom, double top. Not actually. I had caught this yesterday. Okay, I had analyzed this yesterday, and this was in my watch list as well for today. Okay, if you want, I can show you the analysis. Just hold on. I'll show you that. want you guys to keep yourself muted until the recording isn't off. Okay, so yes, I'm moving to chart once again. So yes, I had kept this in my watch list. You can see right out here. Will the chart analysis shared for learning and reference purpose once we started? Yes, of course. This is what I share. This is what I share. Here also there was a double bottom and the stock actually went upwards. Then after forming a flag kind of structure again, it moved upwards, a double top and it came down, and then it was consolidating within this range and then a move upside. This is what I'd analyzed for Muthoot Finance. I don't know. I didn't see the chart of Muthoot Finance after that. Let me check. Muthoot Finance. Is it in my watch list? No, it's not. It's Muthoot Capital. It's in my watch list. Yes, Muthoot Finance. It actually went upwards. The chart failed because the breakout never happened. It actually broke upwards. It was forming a descending triangle kind of pattern, and the chart failed. It's down by sorry, I saw it. So here you can also see that Muthoot Finance actually formed a triple bottom kind of structure out here. Okay, you can see that Muthoot Finance formed a triple bottom structure of kind of triple bottom structure out here, and the breakout of which it again gave up upside move, impulsive upside move. I had this Bharti Airtel, and Bharti Airtel actually opened totally gap up from this region. So this setup was totally invalid for me because the stock totally opened gap up from this region. And what's the current levels for Bharti Airtel? It is at 579. Earlier it was at 573. So yeah, this head and shoulder actually worked for me. It was a head and shoulder out here. And this is Voltas. So Voltas, this is, you can see a flag kind of pattern. This is a pole. This is my falling channel. Breakout had happened. And where is Voltas today? Let's see. Yes, Voltas went 4%, almost 4% upwards. So this is how you analyze your stocks. I mean, first you squeeze out your screen, minimum 300 candles. You need in your screen minimum 300 candles. Then you find out good support and resistance zones. Okay, good support and resistance zones. Once you have found out a good support and resistance zones, now you look for structure, whatever structure that stock is forming. And after that, wait for your entry. Do you see something in market depth? Uh, I don't see anything in market depth. I was just looking for this high price. Okay, I was looking for just for this high price. I don't see market depth. It's just waste. So is it fine, guys? Any doubt? The link is expiring in a minute, so I'll be sharing you all one more link. Thank you for joining. Just join in from that link. Okay, fine. So the recording is off. Anyone who wants to lay down any kind of questions right now? Yes, I've seen your chart, bro. I was about to discuss about it. So you shared me Infi, Tata Chemicals. I still regret missing it at 300 levels. What was the stock Infi? Yes, I've seen that chart. You sent me on chart. Is it you? I hope it's you only. Piyush. Yes, that chart of Infi on day time frame. So what I can find in Infi is development of first thing is a peanut. See, IT took Nifty to a great height. IT was a very big sector that supported Nifty throughout its journey from 11,000, 10,000, no, 11,600 to 15,500 level, 400, whatever has been the top. Now IT is under consolidation. And what you will actually find is that this is a good support level for Infi, and it is inside this descending triangle kind of structure now. So of course, this is tradable if a downside breakout happens. And for upside breakout, always wait for some volume and a good candle above this zone. Okay, so you sent me of Infi. Anybody, any other stock you want me to analyze? Same as RBL Bank. So banking sector is just booming, and I hope it will keep booming until I have got one stock for you. If you want me to share that, I will share you that for sure. RBL Bank, sorry, RBL Bank. But yeah, you need to keep some promise that you won't be telling Saurav sir about that. I'm sharing you that chart. Okay, just keep this secret. Why do you ask us to wait for some volume in NC particularly? Because a breakout without some volume is baseless. If a breakout happens, if a breakout happens, then of course you will say that yeah, new buyers have entered. But volume indication is zero. If you had to take entry at this point, suppose at this top, now look at the volume of this breakout candle. Can you see the volume? Can you see the sudden change in volume? The volume was decreasing, and all of a sudden, when the breakout happened, just look at the volume now. This is why I always tell you to look at volumes while seeing a breakout. How to find a proper volatility, find a proper volatility while trading. So always keep an eye on the index and the VIX. If that is calm, then everything is good. Today, what index was doing? Just look how shitty today the index was. This is called volatility. Okay, anyone who wants to know what is volatility, just look at this thing. This is called volatility. Top, low, another top, low. This is called volatility. The market had no particular direction. It was trading inside this zone. This is called volatility. Sometime up, sometime down. And this up and down was not of small small points. It was a huge point up and down. This is called volatility. That is why I had even told my traders to stay out of the market for 2 days. That is yesterday and today. This is called volatility. Even though you will call it trending, I will call it volatile. What is trending? This is trending. And this is volatile. This is trending. This is trending. Bank Nifty 755 to 225, almost 500 points. Today BNF index formed a descending triangle. This is not a descending triangle. Yeah, it had formed a descending triangle at a point of time. I had noticed it. I had noticed it. And yeah, this was the base. Just hold on. So you can now say at a flag and pole. Yes, I can definitely say a flag and pole because this is a descending channel kind of structure. Earlier it was a descending triangle. But because of the volatility and stop loss hunting kind of thing, you can see the descending triangle gives a downside breakout and the thing is proven. In 10-minute time frame, I'm saying in 1 minute time frame, whatever time frame you say. 5-minute time frame also it is showing like this only. 15-minute time frame that I say to look for structures. So yes, the first two candles, just see the move of the first two candles. And now see the moves of all the remaining candles. This is called volatility. And Bank Nifty has formed this channel kind of structure out here. Sir, I want to ask, descending triangle will always give downside breakout. Descending triangle gives a upside break. Descending triangle, yes, descending triangle will give a downside breakout always, always. Always means 90% of the times you will see a downside breakout. Very rarely. IndusInd Bank in 1 hour chart broke out from the channel. Yes, yes, that was in a consolidation. It moves upside and then it gives a downside breakout. So it gave a fake move on the upside and then gave a downside breakout. That is the scenario. Should we wait for first 15 minutes or not? What is first 15 minutes? I didn't understood it. I didn't understand what it's trying to say. You should wait for first 30 minutes, not only 15 minutes. Reason, the market is too much volatile. Though if you want to ride the volatility, you can keep a good SL and trade not on breakouts but on continuation. You can wait for first 30 minutes if you want to trade on our setup, and if you want to take trades on patterns, then trade on continuation in the first 30 minutes if you want to take trade, and keep a good SL, and also trade with light positions. I give you trades in which you need to trade in first 30 minutes also, but yeah, the positions are light and the SLs are fixed. Totally means SL is always fixed, but yeah, dominating SL is kept.
Naukri.com is a very good fundamentally strong stock, and as of now, this stock is forming a double top on top. But I expect it to turn around from this level and go on the upside. Let's see what happens. These levels can act as good support for this stock. I've got one small stock for you, that is City Union Bank, Cub, and I'm analyzing this for you just because I want. This is called a bullish flag. I took position in RBL Bank today at support. Please just check at support. I'm not allowed to do it. Don't tell anyone that I am doing this. At support. So where is the support first? Here is the support. Okay, if you have taken a position here, just don't dump the stock until it hits, until it breaks this zone, because this is a very strong zone for RBL Bank, and hope so it gives upside breakout. Not RBL Bank, Sun TV. Sun TV is in my portfolio as well. 511. I'm afraid that if Sun TV is able to sustain above this zone, then only go long onto it. This is a zone for Sun TV. Your today's trade. Today I didn't. I took a trade in IOC. One trade was taken in IOC, and then I created a spread. I created a spread. Tomorrow trade setup. I haven't yet analyzed anything for tomorrow. We'll analyze. What is a spread? It is in option segment, and yeah, I'll be teaching you that as well. Don't worry. But yeah, for creating spreads, you need to have a good capital. Good capital means good amount of capital. Yes, it involves hedging. This is hedging only. Do you analyze for the next day for with us? It takes some times for me to analyze. I sit down with my calm and fresh mind and then look for stocks that hit my heart. If the stock doesn't hit my heart, I won't keep it in my watch list. What is a good amount of capital according to you? If you are a complete perfect means knowledgeable trader, if you know everything about market, then yeah, a capital of 60 to 70,000 is what you can keep. So hedging gives us more accuracy. Hedging, is this a trend line? Oh, you were drawing a trend line. So yes, this is a trend line. This is definitely a trend line. Hedging gives doesn't gives you more accuracy. Hedging gives you, what does hedging gives you is, it keeps you at the safer side. If market is turning negative or positive, you won't lose much. Yeah, the gaining is not going to be much, but you are not going to lose much. 1% of your capital in a single day in hedging is what you can risk at max, not more than that. And 1%, yeah, I'm there in the market for the next many days, whatever my capital is, means next 100 days. And in hedging, you are not wrong always, okay? Hedging requires good capital, that's the only thing. And hedging is the safer thing, safest thing to do in intraday. Low voice. Hedging requires more capital, but yeah, it is the safest thing to do in intraday. Should we take leverage? Yes, of course, you should take leverage. How to hedge? That's what I'm going to teach you later, not now. Do you trade options more or stocks? Both. Both. I don't trade in stock options. I trade in index options and I trade in equity. But by taking leverages, it increases losses. So take leverage wisely. Take leverage wisely. The reason is that, yeah, you always, I said, you plan your exit before planning your entry. So always have a first you need to have a fixed loss limit before having a fixed win limit. So take leverage accordingly. What you can afford to lose, that much leverage is what I'm going to take, I'm going to use. I feel stock options safer than the index. Yeah, index, I create spreads, so that's why I'm not, that it doesn't actually involve me much of the risk factor. Can you make money in equity as much as option trader? Of course, you can make money in equity as much as an option trader. The only thing is that you need to have a good amount of capital. When are we going to learn about options? Most probably on Tuesday or Wednesday. Yes, someone just now somebody analyzed false breakout thing and he sent me on WhatsApp. Yeah. So yes, false breakout works. False breakout does works. What do you suggest for less capital? Equity? Of course, equity. Of course, equity. Time frame for positional should be 1 week or an entry at days kind. For positional, not for short term. You are analyzing in 1 week time frame. For positional, it is 2, 3, 4 hours and 1 day at max. And yeah, entries is in 10 minutes time frame if you are analyzing in 2 hours, and just keep increasing it with 5 minutes
with an increase in the time frame. Sir, how many days are intraday classes? We have 14 days of classes and then 3 months of um, trading experience to have trading experience with us. But how do index form patterns? Index is formed of stocks and the movement of the index is determined by the stock. So how does it move according to patterns? That is something that I cannot answer. I don't know. Index moves according to stocks. That's only I know. And stocks movement decides the index movement. Double bottom now forming a double top kind of pattern is inside this horizon means whatever channel psychology maybe. Yeah, maybe. See, double top, double bottom everywhere. One, two top and one, two bottom. And yeah, everything successful. We had a falling channel kind of structure here and then a breakout. A flag here and a breakout. Here also we had a double bottom kind of structure. Just gave another big fake move here and then upside move. A double top and okay. Patterns are nothing but mentality of buyers and sellers, which they fight between. Of course, patterns is just you are using for your psychology. What you need to do is catch breakouts or continuation. This thing, this this tool that is a trend line, that is enough for me to trade. Sir, please tell us how can we decide where should we put SL or target in options. So in options, your target and SL are actually what I'll say. The risk to reward ratio in option segment is never favorable. Never. What you need to do in option segment is book safer profits always. Suppose someone wanted to short Nifty in futures at this point. So where they would have kept their SL? Someone wanted to short Nifty at this point. So they would have kept their SL just outside this box. And what is what they're gonna get? This is what they're gonna get. And this is for continuation. If someone wanted to take entry at this point, at the breakout of this double bottom, okay, then where they would have kept their SL? We need to find this in smaller time frame because entry is in smaller time frame. Okay, so here would have been their probable SL, that is approximately 60 points. A probable SL, because for SL I always say find big rejections, and for targets same thing, find big rejections at which you can book your profits, and rejections are respected maximum number of times. IG, this is a perfect example for big breakout candle. Please explain it. Trading the index means trading index options, correct? Or you can also trade in futures, index futures. Can you show some rejection example? Okay, I'll show you some rejection example. Like we took a trade in IOC today. So how did the trade of IOC went for us? Our entry was somewhat around 100 and 100.7, if I'm not wrong. Yes, here was our entry 100.7. This is where we had entered. and we had kept a stop loss at this point, a 1% stop loss today. It was a huge stop loss for us, 99.65, just below it, and the stock never touched it. And why did the stock just reverse from this point? Reason is, you have here, the stock had formed some rejections or before that time also. Okay, so here also below it could have been our SL. I look for wicks to find out stop loss and targets. If I'd entered above this, I'd kept my stop loss here because here is my nearest wick. I could have also kept a huge stop loss at this point. Reason, because here is my longest wick rejection. So if someone who had entered it positionally or whatever kind of time frame for BTST, whatever, I mean the breakout at 14,854, the Nifty you're talking about. This is my breakout candle. Here is my breakout. Where is my breakout? Let me see. Where was my breakout? How do you trade according to the false breakout setup? So this is my breakout candle. I'll enter just few points above it, keeping my SL just below my last rejection. And then if I plot my position out here, suppose if I entered at this point, the SL of 0.5%, 0.51%, whatever, and if I expand it, now I will look for a risk to reward of 1 to 1.5, which is done. This is the risk reward that I follow. This is how you plot your target and stop loss. If a stock opens gap up above its resistance, is it breakout? No, it's not a breakout. That's not a breakout. Suppose if I had to catch this is a good example in which I can tell you about stop loss. Suppose if I had to catch this breakout below this point, okay. So where would have been my probable stop loss? It would have been just here, because here is my longest wick rejection. I would have kept just above it my stop loss, and rest is history in front of you. So this is how wicks work perfectly for target and stop loss. If someone had to enter at this W, where would have they kept their stop loss? I mean, where would have they kept their target? So this is the point where they should have kept their target, first target, and their target two at this point. Reason, because I have big rejections out there, long big rejections. And yeah, market responded perfectly to my first big rejection. You can see here a rejection is formed here as well. And on my second target as well, the rejection had formed. And after going upwards, the market totally reversed from that level. Here also a weak rejection. Just see horizontal to it. I have another weak rejection. So VIX helps us in these ways to find our targets and stop loss. Fine. Understanding the role of VIX to find out target and stop loss. So always use VIX. Always consider VIX
to keep your targets and stop loss, and never consider wicks for breakouts. Breakouts with wicks is not considered just because wicks show indecision. Wick rejections mean stock is not able to go in the side which it was going. Yeah, of course, that is what is called wick rejection. And wick rejection, why do we see wick rejections? Because yeah, why do wicks form? Wicks have formed just because the price was rejected from that point. There was some kind of pressure at that point from which the price couldn't cross. So you will utilize that point for yourself now. You will utilize that point for yourself, and you will form that for as your SL or target, whatever. I take entries in 1 minute, so that's why I'm showing you patterns or whatever things in 1 minute. Means not patterns actually. How can I take entries? And so we should keep SL or target a bit above the wick rejection. You should keep your SL just below your wick. Means if in case you are buying, then of course your stop loss is going to be on the lower side. So just keep your SL just below the wick, and on the upper hand, which you have to keep your target, there also keep your target just below the wick, because you don't want price to be rejected from that area. Should we prefer Nifty chart or Nifty future chart? Nifty chart, of course. I Once I'm trading in index, I have got all the three charts open in front of me: Nifty, Nifty futures, and the index that I means whatever that strike price that I'm trading in with. All the three are open. Even wicks act as good support and resistance zones. Let me show you them as well. Find Found out my wick. Can you see it? Market had to straight away open gap up from this zone. Next up, hope you can find out this thing. I hope you can understand this thing. Next up out here, find wicks, find big rejections. Can you show an entry taken in 1 minute chart? Of course, I can show you that. I had taken this trade in IOC. Okay, and somewhere at this point was acting as my resistance at 100.5 exactly. I guess it was my resistance. So this actually happened that I had I had this wick rejection. I mean this wick formed at the breakout. So what I did was I now shifted my resistance from this point to this point, 100.65. Now I waited for a candle to close above this point, and this was my first candle that closed above this point, be it red or green, whatever, I don't care. And this is the point in which I had taken my entry, 100.8, and I didn't actually yes, was my actual entry, 100.7 or 100.8. This is how you take your entries. And after that, it took time to reach our target, but yeah, we got our target. The only thing after taking an entry is only thing you need to do after taking entries, just stay calm and patient. And that's what we did and achieved our target. What was your where was your SL, sir? So my SL, I guess it was somewhere at this zone. I don't remember my actual SL that I had kept. My most probable SL would have been this point or this point because here were my weak rejections. If I'm not wrong, 99.8, because here I had a dragonfly doji kind of structure or a long means long legged doji, and this could have been my next probable SL. So I think this was my SL 99.85. That is that thing I will teach you. How can you calculate price movement of options by looking at index chart? Of course, I'm going to tell you about it. Bro, stocks like IOC, the candles are not clear of why SI. Why SI? What is SI? Yes, this is a big SL of 1%. This SL is of 1%, of course. But the reward was also all. Bro, IOC, you are saying that IOC, the movement is not clear. Buddy, this list is of Nifty 50 stocks. And if IOC is in Nifty 50, then it must be having something special in it. It is one of the most volatile stocks in NSE. Even now, if I can see, I mean, in market hours, just see that it is having 50 lakh, 60 lakh orders at one point of time. Of course, you can say that doji candles form indecision. A doji at resistance is a very bad thing. Yes, in 15 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour time frame, you can of course use dojis for reversal. It also works in these kind of time frames because you can see a gravestone doji and a downside move, means sideways move, upside and then crash. Here also somewhat a bearish doji and a downside move. After that, where to place SL below the breakout zone. Not about below the breakout zone. You have to place your SL on the nearest rejections, longest weak rejection in nearby to you. So the longest weak rejection nearby to me was this point. Yes, this was the candle. Oh man, the meeting is ending in less than a minute. I'm sharing you one more link. Just join in from there. This demand zone. Okay, and place your SL just below it. Means of course the demand zone from this point is way too higher. I mean it's way too low. But yeah, you can place those SLs. Where was your entry? It was at 100.8 and my SL was at 99.85. You see these two orders. One was for entry and one was for my exit. I had completely booked my profits, I think at this point only, 101.35, just because I was losing confidence in the market today. 101.3 where I had booked my profit totally, yeah, I guess. And after that, the stock actually went up to 101.96, 95, whatever. Is this a penny stock? Do you really want to call IOC a penny stock? Go and check its fundamentals first, okay? Before calling this stock as a penny stock. And moreover, this stock is the part of Nifty 50. This stock is the part of Nifty 50. So this isn't ever going to be a penny stock. What can be the movement tomorrow, sir? The market is bullish, 25,000 crores buying by FIIs. 25,000 crores. I don't know the actual figure. I don't remember the actual figure. Yeah. So that much buying has taken place. So of course, the sentiment is totally bullish. Minor corrections are going to be seen. Still, the gap of 14,500 isn't filled. So just keeping in these things, the stance is totally bullish. Let's see where we'll go now. Bro, 25K. Yeah, price of the stock doesn't define it. It's a penny stock. You can find a stock which is having a value of 1,000, 2,000, and it is still a penny stock. Its market cap and fundamental does. Actually, bro, 25K. I never. So maybe market may. The great Rakesh Jhunjhunwala is saying that market is gonna hit 100K in near future. Oh, you meant FIIs. Gaurav, are you comfortable sharing a capital you currently use? No, no, uh, no. I use more than a lakh. Okay, I'll say I said it to you. But actual capital is what you're gonna see in my portfolio as well. So I use more than a lakh. So I think I'll be ending the session now. It's already 1.5 hours, and you all must also have you also must be having some other works. I'm also having another batch at 7, so I think I'll end the session. Yeah, thank you everyone for joining in. And yeah, the main motto of this session was to tell you about the false breakout strategy and how can you set your stop loss and targets on charts. In how much time do you think we will be able to make lakhs from thousands? The time is it's gonna take time. Okay, bro. Market is a recurring process. Think it for long term. Don't think it for intraday or short term. Have a broader view. What is the content for tomorrow? Tomorrow we are gonna talk about the setup one. Consistent बनने के लिए time लगता है. Of course, you will take time to become consistent, and consistency is the key. The more consistent you are, the more accurate you are, the more money you're gonna make. Intraday traders आते रहेंगे जाते रहेंगे. Long term traders are gonna stay in the market. होटा गाड़ के बैठे रहेंगे. Do we have classes on weekends? No, no classes on weekends. Weekends are to enjoy and analyze. Till how many days you suggest to only trade in stocks? Until and unless you are 100% comfortable in the equity segment, don't touch FNO. You will burn your capital. Approximation is not the word out here. Uh, the word is how fast you can do this. Because the more time you will take, the more money you will burn. Okay, guys. So I'll be ending the session now. Thank you everyone for. Please provide recording early. I'll provide the entry. I'm sorry, the recording by the night. See you. See you all tomorrow. Goodbye. Good night. Take care. And signing off your mentor.